Hello Cancer and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is for the week going from the 20th through to the 26th of March. We're going to be going into your chakras, your aura, and then finishing off with the tarot reading. I'm also going to be doing a special on Sunday about next Tuesday, the 21st. So it's the equinox as well, but it seems to have a real effect upon everybody's aura, without exception, at the moment. And I've only got 2 signs left to do so for this week. So it's pretty much par for course everybody. Yeah, so there seems to be something coming up. I think it's much more than just the equinox. But we will see that on Sunday night. And it'd be lovely to have you there. Thank you very much for your support for this channel. Subscribing and clicking that bell, liking and sharing and what have you. It's so beautiful to have you here. Let's just sort of connect to the energies here and let's allow the energies to come through. Lovely. Excellent. And we'll just bring up the Astroflower chakra, man. Let's just see what's going on with your root chakra. Okay, there's several things going on here, and the root has been quite interesting this week. Usually it's a very steadfast sort of chakra. It doesn't really do a lot of movement per se, and it doesn't have a lot of character or imposition upon our personality. You get that much more from the crown chakra. But there's been a lot of movement in all the signs, and here it seems like your roots, so basically your foundations, are now pulling into your energies, and it's building desires within you. It could well be building desires within you to have a good foundation, a good place to live, or sort of a good career path, or getting things that are the concrete in your life, sort of even sort of marriage and stuff like that. You know, really connecting big dots here, and it does pull back up through. There's a lot more movement up, so you're pulling the energy from the ground. There is another thing as well where there's not, it doesn't seem to be too much in the way of clarification for you. It's a little bit fuzzy, and it needs to be a little bit more sort of in tune, basically, with your desires. Let's have a look at your sacrum. This is your foundational desires. So there's a lot going on that you want a lot at the moment, but it's not. It needs more definition. This has normally been for an earth sign, and the funny thing is that Cancer, you are actually a false water sign. Like Capricorn is a false earth sign. Capricorn, there's more water in Capricorn than there is and then there is earth, and there's more earth in Cancer than there is water. So at the moment it just seems to be and this is a characteristic that I've noticed more on earth signs but less on Capricorn, it's got to be said, but more sort of a case where there's a lot more definition needs to be made. It may be a case of trying to get forward or sort of sailing against the wind in a way. You're going to have to tack a lot. So you do a lot of sailing and don't really progress a lot. And, that, you know, I think that's coming to an end because that's what the energy is coming through from your root chakra. And it's going to give you a lot more, I think it's going to force a lot more definition on your foundation desires. And foundation desires is a case of, I feel hungry. I'm hungry. I'd like to eat something. And then you got your heart's desires of what do I want to eat. So there is a lot of definition that sort of needs to happen. Let's just see what's going on your solar plexus. It's not bad. It's not brilliant either. There is a certain there is an aspect. There's a lot of energy there, but it's not being released as yet. It's waiting. It's almost it's waiting for that off, but it is step back a little bit. So it may be a little bit difficult to get your passions going. You may feel like you're walking through, heavy sort of wet mud, and it's difficult to sort of progress, like sometimes walking through sand. It's a little bit like that. It might be a little bit difficult to get your passions really going this week. And there might be a reason for that we might see in the heart or the third eye. Yeah, there needs to be a lot more definition on your heart. There's no doubt about it. I think this is the basically there's too much air going through the room of the fire, and the fire's not breathing that oxygen up through you, that passion up through you, because your heart is very open. It's very lovely, it's very nice, and I should imagine you're going to find some really good connections with a lot of people with you at the moment, and feel that sort of caring aspect of cancer which is within you. But if you really want your heart's desires, you're going to have to define a little bit, a little bit more. You need to refine those demands, basically, upon your heart chakra, upon your heart's desires. And that needs to have be a much clearer sort of vision and direction to take. Let's just see what's going on your third eye and your throat chakra. That is a lot more. So it's talking to people. Maybe it's a case of investigating. You're still umming and ahhing over certain things, and it may be taking on advice at the moment, asking people for their advice, friends and family, and etc. There seems to be a lot of energy within this section here, and not just within the third eye. There's also within the throat chakra as well. So this week here is good to communicate. And this is possibly it. Your heart chakra's open to possibilities. That's what could well be the thing that is behind it. And if it's open to possibilities, the solar plexus is there sitting back kind of going, I'm waiting for the nod, or waiting for that thing that comes through that gets all those passions ignited within them. And that will give them a lot more definition to your sacrum, and also to your root chakra. So I think this communication is key this week. Not just talking to sort of friends and family and stuff like that. It's also could be talking to your bank manager, or could be talking to an estate agent, or people that you want to get your projects moving, basically. So that seems to be very top heavy. Now this can cause tiredness, and this could also reduce the solar plexus as well. It can cause bouts of tiredness, anxiety as well. So I would have a good meditation every morning where you allow your needs and your wants to come to the surface. Realize what is possible for you to do in the day, and what is possible for your needs, or possible for your wants going forward, basically, and start to give a little bit more sort of clarification on your heart chakra. And then basically connect with everything that is around you, relax, and allow your sort of energy to sort of reflow into your body. And a short meditation, no more than 10 minutes in the morning, that'll give you a little bit more sort of clarity and give you a little bit more sort of rhythm within your life, taking a bit of the energy out of the third eye and the throat chakra, so your rest of your energies can work with ease rather than being under duress, as it were. Let's just see what's going on your aura. So here we have the thing on Tuesday. And as I said, it's like an imposition from the outside world upon each and every single one of us. It could be a situation that happens in the world that's kind of like that we've all got to deal with, that we don't want to deal with, but we've got to deal with it now. So that sort of comes in. This is that connection to a sort of Capricorn. There is a lot of structure in your aura at the moment, a lot of structure, and that seems to be that's what needs to come through you. So there's definite realizations within. So if something happens on Tuesday, within Wednesday already you've worked it out and said, right, this is what I'm going to do, and that's could be that could be a cardinal sort of thing as well. But then after that, you do have sort of, 2, even 3 more sort of realizations, and they're very rhythmical, as if you're working to a plan basically, and gradually knocking one thing down at a time. And that's sort of that will help you also to define your heart's desires and get your fundamental desires rocking and rolling. And that will ignite your solar plexus, which will then sort of make your aura then sort of expand and take a bit more sort of space around you, and you feel a lot more at home and a lot more at ease with yourself. Where's the energy flowing? Well, the energy is flowing towards the sacrum. We're getting that certainly on the bottom part of the bottom torus. Now we're looking at the top torus, which is like 2 donuts that sit on each other. That's what it's like within the energy. And where's it flow? Here. And that's flowing down as well to the connection with everything. I think this is the realization of maybe getting out of your head and into your body. Basically, that sort of scenario for you. So, yeah, there you go. Nothing really, as I say, every single time, nothing untoward. Simply because this is a general reading, it's difficult to sort of get off an aura unless there's a specific reading that I'm doing for one person. And I do personal readings. And yeah, we do see a lot more on the auras and the chakras, certainly when I'm in the room with the person, because I can see auras and it's a lot easier to just see the aura of the person and kind of go, right, okay, I can see that there, I can see that there. It becomes very logical. There's nothing really untoward about it all. Let's just see what's going on with your tarots for this week, because it's very complex, your chakras. Like I think this is a cardinal thing. With that complexity becomes a lot of possibilities. So I think it'd be good to see what happens in the tarots. This is the overall energy for the week. This is your karmic message for your relationship side. This is a karmic message for your financial sort of side, or your material sort of side. Influence from the universe, the influence from your past self, or your guides that are influencing the coincidences, the world that is around you, and your guides that are influencing the conversation that is within you, and the general sort of outcome as well. So let's just get straight in here to see what's going on here for you, Cancer. Defending your position. I'm not really sure. Is that the overall energy? I think you might be seizing your position, or putting into your position, or recognizing your position. That's what it could well be, and recognizing what parts of your life are worth defending and what parts are just worth letting go. And that ties into that sort of whole sort of energy that's in your third eye and your throat chakra, and also the large aspect of your heart chakra as well. You are testing things out, and it seems like this week here is almost a week to sort of say, what would I like to keep in my life? What do I need to keep within my life? You're moving into your autumn period as well. That's one other thing we didn't sort of notice, and that is a reflection upon oneself. On your relationship side, your karmic message is to nurture your connections with other people that are around you. And this is what I was saying about the talking and the communication with others. I think that's what needs to happen for you within that. The star, the universe is, I think you're on the cusp, like Capricorn, on a different type of cusp, totally on a different type of cusp. But it almost does feel like there's such a huge amounts of potential that is within you that needs to come to the surface. And as the universe is feeding into that, and it's almost feeding up behind like a dam that's ready to open its gates, basically. King of Pentacles, a long-term plan, nurturing those long-term relationships, basically. But there is a lot of dreaming coming into it, and it is that dreaming is of maybe realizing what aspects and what relationships are worth sort of fighting for, or I don't mean fighting for physically, fighting for within you as a person and with a connection with other people that are around you. With that long-term plan, what's going through your head is basically sort of saying, I have certain things in my life. Basically, where do I want to take it from here? And that's what's sort of flowing through you, through your conversation at the moment. A lot of planning, basically. Planning in regards of your relationships. And this is what I said about here, sort of like seeing which relationships are worthwhile defending, basically. You and Capricorn, you've already got 3 cards the same as Capricorn. Your karmic message here is maybe there's something coming to an end. And it could be a dream about something that you've been holding on to for a long time, and it's just not possible. I think it's a case of the karmic message here is to sort of let go of certain things so you can get a bit more sort of focus on your heart's desires. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think it's more of a case of something that just needs to be at its end. It needs to be finished with. The Hermit. Everybody's been getting the Hermit, apart from Capricorn. The Hermit. I talk a lot about Capricorn because it's your opposite sign, and it's very funny how it's sort of like, almost sort of like it mirrors a lot of what's going on. But on your financial sort of side, the Hermit here is, I've just realised, the Hermit, right? In the Hermit's lantern, it has the star. And these are both coming from the universe. This is how the universe is influencing you. It's sort of saying, you have this, Cancer. You have this. You can turn it around and turn it totally into your favor, basically. And you can really reach for your dreams and desires, basically, going forward. Normally this is like a marriage card, but this could well be a contract. This could well be getting a job, signing a contract, going from one job to another. And it's much more of a promotion because it's a celebration as well. The unification of 2 sides. It could well be, and this is not going to be for everybody, but it could be that if you've got a business, that you're combining that business with someone else, and all of a sudden it's amalgamating the 2. And letting go of the past is really important, and shining your light on the situation. Your guides are creating a situation around you where you can go from one paradigm to another, and the universe has got your back. Your guides have definitely got your back. You might be the one that's just being a little bit too hard on yourself this week, and a lot of people have been getting that sort of sentiment that sort of comes along with it. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. 2 of Wands. The star that's guiding you all the way, your dreams and aspirations, you're not going to let go of them, that's for sure. Certainly on the financial sort of side of life. And yeah, it's going through that pain of letting go of something in order for allowing other things to happen in your life. And we can see that. As it flows through, and that sort of 2 of Cups is actually, I think you're going to realize, in the conversation, the ideas that come to you about how you're planning your future will sort of connect you to your higher self and make you at one with who you are, basically. 8 of Pentacles, good hard work. So you've got the 7 of Pentacles here, going through the 7 of Wands, coming up to the 8 of Pentacles there. So nurturing the things of your relationships, but also sort of, moving on with something, moving to brighter shores and better climbs on your material world will also put you in a position where you'll be really good. You would have done good work, and you're getting recognition for that. It's hard work, but you're getting it done. and you will be getting the results from it. Let's just see what's going on in the week, in the coming week, after coming week. So let's just see if there's anything else that comes in from that. These cards are getting old. My travel pack. So 8 of Pentacles there at the bottom as well. It is a bit about hard work for you this week, but I think this hard work here is really going to pay off. It's going to open up new doors for you, and new possibilities, which is going to be have a lot more security. Where's that sort of going? The Hierophant. Now, the funny thing about the Hierophant as well is there is that star again, and that's what's coming through from these sides here. The Hierophant is also about putting into practice lessons that you've learned. It's also like the teacher. It's when you put into practice lessons you've learned, you automatically teach the people that are around you without teaching them, just by doing what you're doing and knowing how to get towards your happiness, basically. Ace of Swords. I think this is a week here where you've got to set your sights, set your goals this week, and the Two of Cups, which comes up again for that. I think you've got to set your goals. You've got to really give a bit of definition. If you give a bit of definition to that, it's going to be really easy for you to get that star, basically, to be completely and utterly connected to it. And you'll have it within your hands as well on your financial sort of side. There you go, Cancer. Thank you very much for being with us, liking, sharing, and also subscribing to this channel. Yeah, we've done loads of things. I will see you on Sunday for that special about what's coming through on Tuesday, because that's really interesting. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.